say oh my ebe ye if we na yes abrabode de wosi eboni ye se ne ebe ya yankonkoto amaniemo se ne ebe ya brebia no ye benya asumdwe se ne anra asede a yetwa ye no na ye ka asumdwe ho sem se ne ebe ya benya asumdwe e wo wankase wa brabo se ye wo busua o mahwemu e na afi o mangana hanina na ma wache e de ba dubedi so ha Aseda Lutheran Radio. We are proudly powered by the Lutheran Media Ministry, people of Christ, with a message of hope, bringing Christ to the nations and the nations to the church. Jumedie Aseda breakfast. Yatrase enenso bio sama hodo a ekoso betwetwe ho nkomo kakra na afi no beli ehun videos e de akere na ya kasa kakra iwi a na afi ya sorry so na media talent the vigilance hour ababeso so e de ama bidin e de ni kwate live quarter pa betimi afrem DJ ni beje so kama me da me di jumedie me di ebro high Aseda Lutheran Radio se na me kan no and pay production team no solid Mr. Emmanuel Frempong and I feel so the director Mr. Nicholas Sakode on so on moral support Ben Chimu Sapon Munina one moral support and pay Facha me say my voice no ayesa menya so throat kakra as my voice no ayesa ufancha me the party esa and now tiapo e china be hu na chese bibia aikwe bibia ho yes it is so tie me na say my voice na ayesa be mo ufancha me so throat kakra ntama ayesa Semba kwa no pay me bisa and say Ipa bebre wo hono mu a ometu kwan akọ amanone nya untu kwan ye kra no e ade a ye hwenya ma bebre wo TV so even though say betimi aba ne say abrofu movies ni ade na omoye no bia bebre na ye edited and I say bebre na ye beka say they use the CGI which is the computer generated images which is real fine we understand but we watch documentaries from other countries and we see how their roots have been constructed. I have a boss who has stayed in US for a very long time and he told me he drove like the infant say every ha and the kudu kumase one when who put who back so called our schooling system now are far different compared to Ghana has a penny for a D on my enemy. I am very sure say according to know to be they see all these things. Now my question is that yeah and no muntimenya my na say a bro and because I know very well say if we set up as a penny for now your margin some pampa person develop Ghana they can do it. Recently Ivory Coast for hey Ivory Coast has surprised the whole Africa. I am telling you with the AFCON now hosting I am telling you Ivory Coast for just say almost shocking. This morning I was listening to some of the radio stations and they were talking about say 24 teams are a core AFCON they had their own training pitches at Abidjan. I mean Ivory Coast and Abidjan but I mean Ivory Coast. Ghana can't we do same? As you see I mean I say I no pay pictures who do APP Abba Tamale Sports Stadium no at time Tamale Sports Stadium a President Kufuor AC year 2008 and they hosted in 2008. O said the Tamale Sports Stadium na year a year and pay your pictures about out in there. It was a Nra Kotoko any Kerala United ebo. It's appalling. It's appalling. Pitch na say. Pitch na say. NSC, what are you doing? Yeah, can't want them because whatever it is, you won't be. We are in Ghana, we are uncle, maybe until we be here, you won't. So what are you saying? I say, Oko Accra Sports Stadium, Krana, and also you are the Fufro. And all these stadiums now, your body are once, you're hosting can 2008. Says none of the stadium Ghana has even qualifies for CAF competition matches to be played on. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? Then the high. What is wrong with us? Hey, bro. And now I say, Jena Yintimine. Because I same way because all African games are ever be hosting. Complexes are almost see near what is Lagos, and then near what Borteyman. The facilities are very, very beautiful. When you watch the facilities, I am telling you, but my question is, after the All African Games, what next? After the All African Games, what next? Then after the All African Games, are we going to be able to maintain the facility now you see our Borteyman? May you pictures at the actual. May you pictures at the actual. For you to see the kind of facilities are. Just say Sika at their building. Facilities are fair. I am telling you, the old Borteyman in your way is legal. Facilities not fair. And we learned there the football matches, the Black Princesses and then the Black Satellite football matches. I heard it say, I stand to be corrected. I heard say be because what matches they because what Tamale. Matches they be because what Accra Sports Stadium. Accra Sports Stadium you crampo crano. How does it look like? Over the weekend, more banded teams from playing football over the weekend just because you gave the stadium out for programs to be held on it. For church programs, for normal shows and other stuff in December. The way Accra Sports Stadium near time. Pitch this woman say. The same thing is also happening in Tamale. As I say, the way pitches now. I will show you pictures of the pitches. I will show you pictures of them. What are we doing as a country? What are we doing as a country? We waste so much money to build. After we build, the maintenance culture becomes a problem. Now, the NSA, the National Sports Authority, and we are in charge of the various stadiums that Ghana has leasing or renting the stadium out for people. You take huge sums of money. Because some of these scanners are maintaining the various stadiums that then what are you using the money for? As I said, show now Stoneboy, a boy, a war, Accra Sports Stadium. The NSA came out and said, Utia 70,000 Ghana cedis. And then Stoneboy came out and said, no. And pay what we're hearing, they say, Utia 169,000 Ghana cedis and the NSA and not 70,000. It is a Kenya Public Accounts Committee and they do so one. And come here, Frakadam. May I have a problem? My problem is that how are we going to maintain the facilities that we are wasting money to build? How are we going to maintain it? because e come here say ye nya ye to ho a eno ano no na ye besi we kire biara enfo bia ho, because omono it is not their pocket money, but mon kan hu say eye yen ye botom sika na mode ye ade no, eye yen tax money na mode sisi ade no. Enti mode siwie na se mo ja to ho na se sei na se mo bubu na mo ka say you are going to rebuild it again. When sika na mode kwa rebuild it, is it not yen ya? Is it not yen ya? Let's look at various facilities yesisia ye ja ediegu a room pro, all in the name of politics. Most of the radio stations akasa bebre e dia found say we should have a national agenda, not a political agenda. No, we should have a national agenda as a party be basu no or ye facility be na when we o free so kwa the next party was say oba no e mandatory for you to finish it, for you to complete it, not to abandon it and start your own. Sadiano is killing us. Look at Sagleme. Look at the Sagleme housing projects. Look at what is happening to the building. But there are people living in Accra here. But Sagleme affordable housing project pro Emrante Bibria Bank and Hanoma Omusikano to rent a single room apartment. Krano Omunyebi. Bryce Legohana Beshe. Kios and a man for Abubo and Omudem. Ukom Yamia Bibri, a one cry, Hasea, Kios and a Yabubo and Omudem. What are we doing to ourselves? Wabra Sagleme, a walk on a more. A pro. Air conditions there. Oko Hokrasa who could chakra to be a problem because he maunja. It is security guards a guho yamaunja. So why can't we maintain the things that we built? Why can't we maintain them? Because Ghana, it looks like say we lack a maintenance culture. We lack it. We lack maintenance culture. Into the CC where no. Yabesha na say and you come back to us and tell us say you are taking $1 million, you are taking $2 million, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Oko Sunyani Sports Stadium and also another issue. Look at Lenkley Sports Stadium. Since the Lenkley put their jingle crab and Ashanti go, they walk on no more. Issue by a relegate Ashanti good at the core division 2. Go and check Lenkley Sports Stadium and see what is happening. Oh, Mema in Ghana. We are not doing politics. And your politics, I'm talking about the facts. Because I am very worried for facilities now. Yedibabe hosting all African games now. I am very worried. Because after the all African games, after that, Yebeja facility ya to ho I am fanya she at the end ebe pro ebe say ya sign so is sika from say ye de kwa rebuilding. Now let's look at the various disciplines now ebe koso all African games, because I look at some of the games are Abrofuno etimi e developing golf. They developed golf from Africa here. Sa titibre muno chaske bitfree bi chaskele wo seden. Ena na nkwala ne bo. Eno na Abrofuno be fa koye e developing na be than golf. To say it is known worldwide. Ye chaskele ya ko say. There are a lot of activities yeah, what Ghana has here, we can develop them. These indoor games, draft or worry, ludo, table tennis, we can develop them. But yeah, abrofuna ba, no mama efa, no more no more could develop it. Abrana ye World Athletics Championship. I saw a certain game I was shocked. Say it's a deal when so a game etimi edisika abrobia to the extent so two different countries to go and play. It is most mainly for mpenyifo no omukura ball no na wato ball no they anam for man na kopim ball fufuro na very boring. But ometimi developing no in to a certain extent say they travel around the world with that particular games. And you know, yeah na yentimi nye anase bro. Shepu da Ghana has it. Shenkola hudwa swimming Ghana has it. So can't we develop these people to be able say let him do Olympic games, winning medals and they are my through swimming. She beat soccer. She beat volleyball. Epunedai. We are just wasting it. Just like that. Yes, sorry, I need you near to Black Stars. We be Black Stars. Then one says Sikara near Pompico Black Stars. While sir, other you will honor my bit me upon Pisica Eddie Gum. Upon Sika, my Pompe, the good blasters, trophy ben on their brain. Any ben on their brain. Me, I love the blasters so much. No matter what happens, I will not stop supporting the blasters. I love the blasters. Me tisa blasters be bobo la meni chipa papa. What me to be here and I will call you make a blaster bo. Na kopas my money. It's a made way jumama blasters na my made. But the amount of money oma pompi ediegu blasters money. Sasi cannot bet me develop other disciplines. Ama almost no it's me baby because Black Stars is already developed. Players are our Black Stars mono. Players are well to do. So even when they come to Ghana, Black Stars they don't have a problem with that. But what about the under 17 player now on board Division 1, Division 2 Ghana has it? What about the under 20 player on the Premier League Ghana has here? Maybe like it you are 2,000 cedis a month. What about that person? Some Crawford there was a pushy sika edition to develop these people. Send your bear or most no bet me do a certain level to win us medals. When was the last time a Black Stars had winning medal? 42 years ago. AFCON when so I name say at least we have some very good players in there. Munkonko boy, Munkobo, Efame boy, and Umpo de Trucan. But we are still pumping money in there. Look at Black Queens. They are doing so well. Big ups to Nora Houghton. So well. They are doing so well. Under coach Nora Houghton. Ghana ye amputee team ewa hase ya omo qualify to go for a tournament. It was a serious problem for them. Sika omo be to kwa nkra ye dey ni ma. Eto ne ye dey no Ministry of Youth and Sports ebe mu to assist them. But sika kra dem omo kra popa na enso. Deaf and dumb for the same thing. Most of them they use their own pocket money to travel and play for Ghana. Ain't no sika ni ho a ye be ye na ye ntimi nye ana say boapayo bro. Ghana has nipa adwuma bosome so a ni ama no 200 cedis 300 cedis a month in Ghana here. Why? Omoka say minimum wages. They will work on say na Yusuf Alhassan Chipsa is fighting send a footballers, there will be a minimum wage for them. At least Ghana Hano or someone penny for do from Casa. Oh, okay. The minimum wage for every worker ever has a be at 2,000. It's a way be wage you cannot pay anybody under 2,000. It should be 2,000 and above. Do we have that system here? No. And because the government sector no ain't me maintain, you say I am back to the maintenance culture again. Ain't me maintaining the facilities that what had on man obey me at the employing for brain. The private entities have taken over. And because of that, you cannot, it's difficult. I'm not saying they cannot. It is difficult to control the private sector. Into your mope and no way. Omofa we dwuma mu a sika omope and no de bema. Omeka tell se wo mpa akọ. Because se wo ja wona wo kwa, there is somebody who is willing to take up that 200 cedi that you are rejecting. And nemring nipa be ejuma for 30 solid days. I think say you weekend ni free man about 21 or so, I think 20 or 21 or so in a month. No one nipa no 300 cedis. Or nipa no 400 cedis. Or nipa no 500 cedis. Nipa ye wo yere e wo mba or other expenses. E bia no faka e di bedroom. How do you expect this person to cope? How do you expect this person to survive? And then when it happens like that, these are motivational speakers who come and tell you that when you are living, live within your budget, live within your means, live within the amount of money that you earn. So are you telling me, say, obi wo yere or mabe mienu or mabe mienu or yere? That's a or you like a 500 cedis. How do you expect a person to live in that amount of money? How do you expect the person to do that? There are motivational speakers in this room. Maybe before they say certain things. Only by combat the boys know Accra has it. It is not easy. Boys in the bread. Boys in the bread. Accra. Ufa some areas I am telling you, if you are not careful, soon. If you are not careful, you will cry. Because of certain conditions among for whom. How many government sectors, how many governmental agencies and I met me say a ye juma e Ghana has a fan profa omo ye juma omo ya hin. So we need be out there, drop your comment section on me. Drop it at the comment section for me. Because every politician be or is saying say and I building factories and I juma and I building companies and I Ghana for ya Ghana for 1 million or more juma ya Ghana for 500,000 ye juma. At the end of the day we are not seeing anything. At the end of the day but they tell us say they have built a lot, but we've not seen anything. And even if they try so much to build Krampu Krana, maintaining it becomes the biggest problem that we have. Maintaining it becomes the biggest problem. They can't maintain it. It's almost as here na eko anima drew baby wetre na sam na Diego, and then workers will come back again. A burden of private sectors no omo enter omo ho enfengu ni paso. A burden. You see, the private schools that we have in Ghana here, no, since you don't know much time and Kwalanso in school, or much the amount of money they will decide to take. Sika, some of the private schools are taking, no, a serious. A serious. All because what? The government sectors, no, must say no. Government schools, no, must say no. Government schools must say no. Oko government school Teachers now, they do whatever they want. Every campus prepare lesson notes, and there's nobody there to supervise it. Adi mu busu meswa nisika cry ma nisika kakra ya wose ba kodo support kra na ma. So how do you expect any pa na benye niji na ode ayedwuma? With the private sectors no, omo no school fees e ba na dey teachers ka. The school fees na ba e be difficult to pay teachers. In the teachers e demand for salary increment per e also mo increase your fees. Na parents na yebre. Na parents na yebre. As for our educational system, I will do that tomorrow. We'll talk about the educational system proper. I won't go there. Today I'm talking about the maintenance culture. So you see, baby, what Ghana has here. Let's make sure we maintain it. Hey, a Juma here, and yeah, about you wearing coat and tie. And but now office is an amenity office. Debut. When you go to other countries, if you cross so my coin every year, coining fin run a fool and you'll be responsibility. Busumi subi ya to any paneka. Nediane say, or Soyana pa, or make it sure say, those places no air tidy, that's all. A fool, not on door, that's all. Busumi swan, you be Tanaka. There will be a year signing a certain portion at the man and say, this particular portion, it is for you. And only it to yaoka. Make sure say if you be ara any has at least ka crab and the pan the turn of one so the BDD. It will be in sa. So we have think can kokuma see ya say nye road ya omoye no fofra say oma say wura ni bebre nka hu wura forest pa e wo if you do a carriage ni if forest pa e wo pa nye forest ketwa. I'm telling you. Let's be that fear on your Jumaye. Whilst our responsibility can be given to a particular group of people. Say, Mon just to say, Mrebia, and Fum Broso, and was our quite way so. Obedo, with the flowers now, baby, you take care of it. But soon as you tiauka, fair. Your roads are your say roads no a balance problem when I say almost patchy potholes now. Those working as if say are forcible. Almost particular because almost feeling higher than Tukurunangas and Dahono. They feel it higher than the Tukurun. Into the car I'm so not car sugar. We'll talk about the education system another time. But this morning, I am talking about our maintenance culture. In Penyufono, I know very well that you can do it. You can do it. But my name say bro, say they don't mean to me. You have various facilities I want to see. Yes, you know, let's do our best to maintain them. Let's do our best to maintain them. Maybe you may be see her. Yami Adoma, Etna. Thank you for doing the watching. So if you're on Facebook, Lutheran Media GH on Facebook, YouTube, Aseda Lutheran TV, or TikTok, Aseda Lutheran Radio. And I feel so call Instagram and also no Aseda Lutheran Radio. We share video name your telephone numbers, your WhatsApp line, BBA no Bedika say any newsworthy story be no wait me do phone later why reports kakra which I was sending their money on our WhatsApp line. We'll be glad to receive them. And then call you live on radio. So my health is some way be voice now start. So let me just end here. God willing, tomorrow I will come back and then continue with whatever it is I have to say. Ghana, let's be careful because new facilities are yes here hosting all African games now. I don't want my fear to come to pass. Have a good day.